Hey everybody, Bill again, and another Friday night. Been working all week this week from the home office, but been able to get a little bit done on the layout. As I said in the last video, I'm always going to do improvements and tweaks. One thing that I did was I put a little bracket in here I can spin so that when I'm setting the layout up or taking it apart, this is going to hold the leg, especially when I'm pushing it back in. I also added some stiffeners in the back by the hinge. This goes down and it will go underneath and up just to kind of give it so that it doesn't have much in the way of torque if I'm moving it. So what I've been doing in the evenings after work is I have dug out my N scale stuff, and I'm really amazed at what can go into a tote. I have bought a few things off eBay. A lot of code 55 track, sectional track. I've also got some flex track, and then I've been just sort of playing, laying out some designs on this. This isn't where everything's going to be at. I wanted to get where the main lines are going to run, because I'm going to do a 2-lap oval, essentially, to go through the layout, to get through it twice around so that I have a little bit of a longer run. But I've also pulled out N-scale stuff that I've had for years. I've got a pile of bridges of different types, Craftsman kits and not. Have some old wood kits for mines and coaling, which I get to put together. Some design preservation stuff I got many a year ago. My DCC equipped locomotives, I've got 3 of those. Non-DCC equipped locomotives, I've got a bunch of those. Over here, a little farther, got a Payco turntable, another Craftsman kit for an engine house that I'm probably going to put up. And like I just said, this is all just in place to kind of get an overall picture. Curves are going to be smoother, they're going to be flex track. And what I'm going to do is there is going to be sort of a mountain off in the corner here, some tunnels going through. Areas are going to come up here as a scene block. I'll be putting some more stuff on the far side. That's where some of the Craftsman kits and switching, some mining type stuff is going to go. Again, kind of a large hill here. I'm going to put a few of the city type buildings along here, and then that's going to go up into the hills. I'm probably actually going to put a little elevation in some of this stuff. Some of the rolling hills of like Pennsylvania. Back off over this way. This main line is going to go around. This is another section of the second loop that's going to go around. Over there, the 2 pieces are going to come back. Once I get over into this area, I'm probably going to put a little bit of staging inside some of the mountains that I'm going to build. In this area right in here, tracks are going to come up, cross over. There's going to be some loop arounds over here. There's going to be a river kind of cutting through off over in this direction. It's going to mimic a scene that I've seen several times when I've been driving up in Pennsylvania, where we've got a nice river coming down, rapids going through, a road beside it. Other side of the ravine, there's a train track hugging sort of the cliffs that are going up. And then there's a trestle that actually crosses over the top of all of that before it goes into other areas. So I do have some Woodland Scenics 2% grade, those foam materials. I'm letting them decontaminate in the garage as the wife, fearful of the coronavirus. We just let our stuff sit for a couple of days before opening it. I'll be using that to get elevation coming in off on the back side of the layout. Again, there's going to be some switching, mining, some other stuff going on over there. All of this is going to have mountains, so sort of a scene divide. And I've still got a bunch of other stuff that once I get going, I will bring it out. Tote full of N-scale goodies. All kinds of things I've picked up over the years, and from when I had an N-scale layout set up back in the 1990s. A lot of detail stuff. I was amazed looking at it here just a few minutes ago. Other than that, not a whole lot has changed. I've got pink foam on the 2.0 for the staging yard. This weekend I'm going to get the tracks down. Then I get that back in operation, and I will put the HO scale back together and run some trains. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the table off of the counter, put it back up together, and I'm going to be working on that also this weekend. So I've taken over the entire space of the garage, and I'm having fun. I'll put another little clip on this one, just showing this when it's fully set up. All right, here it is a few minutes later from the first video, and I've got it down. I've got the legs put in position, and I can get around the entire layout on both sides now. So I've put just a little bit more track in on the back side. And this weekend I'll play a little bit here, and I will play a little bit over here. Get the tracks put back in on the transfer table, or staging yard, however you want to look at it. And I will put the HO scale layout together and have a little bit of fun this weekend. So I've got a lot of stuff to keep me busy, and I'm going to have some fun.